How you doing, guys? So in my previous video I talked about my secondary system in my den, and this is actually my living room system, the main one that I listen to much more frequently than that one. But I wanted to do a video on it just to talk about the components. Excuse me. Again, this is in my living room, so it's not a dedicated listening space. And as you can see there's not a lot of components. And I'll go through each one. But the idea behind it was just a small, high quality audio system that delivers warm sound and at pretty loud volumes. You know, this room is probably 18 by 16. But it's kind of an open floor plan type. But there's the system and the TV there, which is not actually hooked up to the sound system. But starting off, I'll start off with that AC regenerator. That is a PS Audio power plant. P12 is the model, and this is what everything is plugged into. Everything you see here is plugged into that component. And I live in a warm climate, guys, and so people in my neighborhood are running their fans and ACs probably 9 months out of the year, and it can get kind of noisy. And even though it's kind of a newer neighborhood, it's you know, it can get noisy. And so what this thing did is really isolate the AC. I don't have a dedicated AC line, so this isolated it quite a bit, and I noticed a difference when I put it in. And I actually got the entry-level one in the beginning, and the P3, I think. Then they had a sale, so I got the next one up, which is this one, and I gave the other one to my dad to use in his system. But this really cleaned up the lines, it seemed like, and I love the fact that I can keep all my AC cables as short as possible because they're just going to that one box, and then that one box, of course, goes to the wall. But that's a start there with the series of components. That's the musical Fidelity A1 integrated amp right above it. I probably got that back. Let's see now, we're already, so I probably got that back about 6-7 months ago now, and I love the way that thing sounds. It's plenty loud in this room, and it actually replaced a pair of monoblock amplifiers that ran tubes. And obviously between those two monoblocks, it got warm in here. And this thing gets warm, but not nearly as warm as those two monoblocks did. So, and you know, the sound from that A1 amplifier is comparable to those vacuum tube monoblocks. So that's what I'm running right now, and I have been for, like I said, about at least 6-7 months, maybe even more now. That is, over here is the Technics SL-1200GR2, and I probably got that, I don't know, maybe 5 months ago or so. It replaced a 1200 Mark II actually from around 1991 or so. But it has a Audio-Technica AT-VM95 cartridge with the Shibata stylus, and that Shibata stylus, I really love the way it sounds. And it's a moving magnet, and it's just plugged directly into the phono stage with there to that A1, and it sounds perfect for me. I mean, it sounds great. It's no complaints there so far. And I don't listen to a lot of vinyl, but I certainly have about 180 LPs or so that every once in a while I'll play. And over here is the PS Audio Directstream DAC MK1. Okay, this is the previous version from the current version, and this was a recent acquisition, and extremely happy with it so far. And so these speakers, they're pretty close to the wall, as you can see. So I've had problems with boomy bass. This DAC really corrected a lot of those problems, and I'm just really happy with it. The soundstage is amazing. The highs are really detailed without sounding too offensive, and really happy with that so far. Again, this is a newer acquisition, but really happy with that. I stream that with Rune, so I have a Rune server and on a MacBook Pro, and I control it with an iPad, and that's what I use. This thing has that Bridge 2 installed, so I'm able to use the built-in streamer with it. The speakers they're basically a gift, and they are Martin Logan Motion 60 XT speakers, and there's two 8-inch woofers there, I think a 5 or 6 inch mid-range, and then a folded ribbon tweeter they call it. And really happy with these speakers, actually. You know, I don't need a sub in here. The bass is so strong, and the highs are really smooth, believe it or not. I mean, this highs you wouldn't think, but they're really smooth, and so really pretty happy with those, and no plans on changing them out so far, and cabling are just RCAs all throughout. I don't use XLRs here, and I do have some Kimber speaker cables right there that are by wire, and Kimber RCAs from the DAC to the A1. But you know, I like to keep minimal boxes just to keep the system simple. As you can see, there's no disc player here. I mean, there's no CD player yet. So I mean, I have one, but I don't keep it here. So but I like minimal components because I can keep, you know, you have more boxes, you have more cables, and you have more AC cords, and it just, you know, it can get carried away eventually. But so my theory behind this was more of a small, intimate, warm, but high quality system. Again, this is in the living room, so I didn't want, you know, boxes coming out into the floor or anything like that. And it sounds great, really. No sub needed. The imaging is perfect. The speakers are about 8 feet apart. My seating position is about 10 to 11 feet, I would say, from the speakers. So, but I'm really happy with it. Just wanted to share the living room system, and thanks for watching. Bye.